How will the UK cope with the Queen's passing? Put the fucking kettle on. She will respawn at a randomly appointed location and Charles will never be king. If she passes or has already today, we'll be welcoming in a new PM and new monarch in the same week. I'm not sure how that would affect me personally, if at all, but it's certainly going to create a chaotic transition period. Edit and there we go. Announced almost as soon as I posted this. 625 days from outlasting Louis XIV. Promote upon to a new queen? I guess Elton John will have to repurpose another old song. Maybe Crocodile Rock? Charles will be so excited to finally be king he'll kick over from a heart attack. Pub. Whatever they're feeling, eventually they'll probably be rolling in the aisles when Charles dies of old age soon after taking the throne. Won't be anywhere near as long as his mum's 70-year reign. That's all there was? That's all I get? Death afraid so. The Sandman. I would feel bad for Prince Charles. Guy waited 73 years for his first job, must be rough. I've only been to the UK twice in my life, but if I had to guess, drinking. They're going to drink about it. It looks like it happened. Cheers lads and ladies, drink up. 90 of us are just wondering if we will get an extra day off work. New king will fail to consolidate power. Rebellion in the north and rumors of an army of the undead beyond the wall will appear. By making shitty memes about it on Reddit and such. The pound will crash, inflation will skyrocket, wars will escalate with no peace in sight. Oh wait, I can't believe I found out the Queen died through a fucking Reddit post. I can't speak for the entire nation, I can only represent myself in such dark times, but I'll probably have some crisps and a wank. Doesn't a royalty have to be made from her ashes, which has to be consumed by the new ruler within 24 hours to absorb her powers? I think a lot of people underestimate what a big thing this is going to be. If you read the accounts of what is planned, it is enormous in terms of days of national mourning, businesses being expected to shut, bank holidays, using football stadiums for memorial services etc., TV stations and radio being expected to stick to respectful programming. It'll be the only thing the news covers for days. Then there's the funeral and coronation, which will both be events that the country hasn't seen the like of for decades, because of how long she's been on the throne. The Queen really is loved by a lot of people, and for many more serves as a sort of unchanging point of stability. I think there will be plenty of people who are genuinely very upset, and many more who aren't upset but still feel a sense of loss. Of course the country will cope, but it's going to be a much more monumental thing than some people appreciate. Also the media will go a bit deranged. Our more conservative papers will be calling for full national shutdown to observe mourning. There'll undoubtedly be celebrities, politicians and members of the public cancelled for being deemed insufficiently sad. When Prince Philip died things got a bit silly, and this is going to be that times a million. WTF did you do? Edit really bad timing that I posted this literally an hour before the Queen's death was announced. R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth II. It'll probably be the biggest news ever in the UK and other Commonwealth countries. Other countries, it'd make the news but it wouldn't stop their day. Everyone will stop what they're doing to get to a TV set or radio. Work will be dismissed for the day to allow mourning. When I worked at a media group in the UK, we had a special protocol in case the Queen ever did die. Had a special phone number that was reserved only for this event. Dialing it even by accident would result in heavy repercussions. You'd also need to be aware that this could happen at any time. I worked the graveyard shift 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. so even if this happened at 3 a.m., you'd need to respond fast. And when I say fast, I mean some of the fastest SLA response times I've ever had to deal with. You'd be given 10 minutes from the story coming up, to acknowledging it and notifying that special number I mentioned, my manager and the chief editor. If you failed to do all that in 10 minutes, you'd be fined £50,000. That was the average late SLA fee back then. Because they needed to ensure all the newspapers, all the TV news stations and all other media sources online had the feed. So basically, we'd find out everything that's happened newsworthy 10 minutes before the rest of the world, if that makes sense. Sorry to drone on. My NDA expired about a year ago, so I made sure I was okay to post this. So I kinda have to laugh after reading all about these strict, formal protocols in communicating her death that I've just had a BBC alert pop up on my phone notifying me of her death. You bastard, you did it. I think it will cause a reckoning with the British self that has been held off for a long time. The time when Elizabeth II became queen, mixed with her style of leadership and longevity has allowed the British people to put off a close inspection of what they want to be in modern times. While her role may be seen as merely symbolic, she has remained a leader in a way few monarchs have in this age. Kate presided over the second half of the transition from World War II to peacetime and the second part of the disassembly of the empire. She provided a link to those periods and kept them alive. Charles simply cannot be a monarch the way Elizabeth II is. That time is over. That time passed long ago, but she managed to ride out every ripple and tsunami of change that might have made it impossible for her to continue. It's not just that people view Charles as a bit of a waste of space, whereas they see Elizabeth as someone of some substance, the princess who fought in the war and a leader with Winston Churchill. Times have just changed. And it happened long ago. I think this will mean a lot also for the Welsh and the Scots, who feel greater and greater entitlement to their autonomy, and maybe even the north of England versus the south. One big thing that held them together will be gone. The royal family will likely be forced to scale down a lot and just be more like regular filthy rich people, like the Dutch royal family. There's no way I am finding this out from an AskReddit thread. In the future, they'll ask, where were you when you found out Queen Elizabeth died? And I'll say I was staring at a Reddit thread titled, what do you think it'll be like when Queen Elizabeth dies? She will be put on a golden life support throne, which requires 1,000 human sacrifices a day. I'll probably sit around my local pond and wait for the Lady of the Lake to emerge, her arm clad in the purest shimmering samite, holding aloft Excalibur from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine providence that I am to be king. I don't know about the citizens, but the tabloids will find a way to blame Meghan. There will be another northern revolt with the French invading from the Channel. The Welsh will attack the Midlands and we will all be shacking sheep by the end of the year. With 2 bank holidays, one for funeral, one for coronation. She's already dead. 100. Wall-to-wall coverage without confirmation? Only means the family haven't been informed, so can't announce officially yet. Unless she is not, and Hugh Edwards is going to be there in that chair for the next 3 days. Lowell at it called it. Well, this aged well very quickly. Was our queen too. When I was 8 years old, I wrote Her Majesty a letter explaining how much I wanted to come to England and meet her. I asked for a photo. I got a response from one of her ladies in waiting, and that alone made me almost pee my pants, explaining the Queen is not allowed to send photos, but a lovely card the Queen's likeness was sent to me. And thanks for the nice things I said about her. One of the highlights of a nerd kid's childhood. What did you do? They'll post the vacancy. But I don't think it'll be a fair and open recruitment process. They'll give it to some old white guy. Probably straight too. The band died with Mercury. Well, I guess we'll find out now. Oh, Queen has died, love. Should I put the kettle on, Nigel? Yes, that would be for the best. Go to Winchester, have a nice cold pint, wait for all this to blow over. WTF, dude, you jinxed her. Well, she was confirmed dead 15 minutes ago. This is a weird thread. The Queen has been the Queen for my whole life. 45. It's a bit like your granny, quite. But that sort of emotion. And how will we cope? Keep calm and carry on. I can't see too many people being shocked when the day comes.